Welcome to episode 201, $1 million in sales with just 67 clients. Let's talk about the boutique business module that scales elegantly and effortlessly. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can tell I am in a new environment. I feel this chapter of my life is called And Then There Was Qatar. I ended up in Qatar. If you would have told me this ever in my lifetime, I would have thought, interesting. But let's talk more about this and intuition and how I ended up here in the next episode. I love doing math and break down my big financial goals. And this is one of the favorite tasks I'm doing with my clients inside Build Your First Million. Once you join, you get access to the 5x1 program. And part of it is really breaking down your first $1 million in sales. And I'm always taking the example, if you're having a price point of $15,000 for your offers, that is only 67 clients a year. And all of us can have 67 clients in 12 months. It's doable, it's possible, it's easy, it's effortless. And this is what we're looking for. And some of you are saying like, yeah, Jeanine, and I'm starting at zero. I don't even have one person in my audience. So sometimes we get in our head and we think like we need a gazillion people. But like I said, 1 million you easily can do with just 67 clients. I have a client of mine inside Build Your First Million. Her name is Manuela right now. And she just had about 200 Instagram followers. One of her reels went viral and got over 100,000 views in the first 24 hours. And that alone in just 24 hours brought her 60 new followers. And of course, we're talking about that followers don't automatically pay your invoices. However, I'm just choosing this example to show you how fast things can move and that you don't need a big audience. It is not about talking to a gazillion people that can be helpful. However, now what's happening in Manuela's case, we've set up her Instagram, we set up her offers. Every new person now that comes to her Instagram has a clear path on how to buy an offer. And this is where the magic happens, right? If you don't have the next step set up after going viral or however you define it, it doesn't matter if you're all of a sudden having 1,000, 10,000, a million new followers. It's really taking this full perspective of from somebody finds me, what are the next steps? And here's my offer. And we just had a super powerful training also this week. If you aren't inside the business tools, it's lifetime access, is $222, literally is a no-brainer. I gave a training on how to build a small audience that pays you big. And I feel this is my zone of genius. This is where it gets so unreasonable for so many people that they can't believe, like, how is she making this much money with such a small audience? Because I've mastered to sell to any person. And if you know how to sell to any person, you can sell to multiple people, right? But if you don't know how to sell to one person, it will also be most likely that you won't be able to sell to 100 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people. And in this training, I literally broke down what it takes that somebody instantly finds you, like you on this podcast, gets hooked and joins a $15,000 program in no time. Because I don't even know how many testimonials I have that literally all start the same. All of a sudden, you showed up. I listened to one podcast episode. I've binged the whole podcast. And and there is power. In this training, I broke down how I'm creating those podcast episodes that they have that feeling and create that connection to my audience that they woke up most likely were not in the mood of buying a program for $15,000, $35,000 or $50,000, and they do it at the end of the day. And I love this. I love this work so much, building boutique business modules with you, because I feel it's the easiest, most joyful way of living. Literally, yesterday I was talking to a really close friend of mine who we were very close long time, like a couple of years ago. And he's like, you wouldn't believe how empty my calendar is now. You would be so proud. And I'm like, tell me about it. And then he told me about all the meetings he's having. And I'm like, I think it's cute. I just want to tell you there is a next version to that. I literally have six fixed calls every single month in my calendar. Other than that, my calendar is empty. unless I feel like adding something. And the last week of every month, I have no appointments in my calendar. It's a whole week for just me. If I feel like doing something, like yesterday, I told you we had this training inside the business tools, I do it, but I don't have to. And this is really a complete level of freedom I've created for myself. I am so proud to have an empty calendar. I don't want to say empty, but in a calendar that looks very empty to others and allows me so much time freedom. This is why I built this business. Like I love time freedom, and I'm still working. I love to work in the morning. Like right now, it is 11 o'clock when I'm recording this podcast, and I work every single day. However, like I said, as a little child, I'm working from 10 to 1, 10 to 2. That's it. And I love it. And there was a point where I simply had to allow myself with that lifestyle. I still can make multi-millions. I still can make as much money as possible. And I feel my function as a role model also has shifted. While in the past, it was really showing you how much money you can make in a relative short period of time, how easy it is to sell your offers at any price point you desire, that there are always buyers, has really shifted to let me show you how it looks like a woman that is currently building a $15 million sales year and how her life looks like. Because if you meet me, the money is not the coolest thing about me that you can learn from me. I understand it's important, especially if you haven't made that kind of money and you're in the process and you're building it. However, what I deeply believe the coolest part about me is how I live my life. How much ease, how much flow, how much trust. Lately, how much self love, how much help I'm having. This is the coolest part about me, to see what's possible, that I am embodying like nobody else out there. It is about being more and doing less and receiving more money than ever before. If you ever would have told me, this is how I'm going to live my life, this is how my calendar looks like, my lifestyle looks like, I'm like, this is pretty unbelievable. I cannot. No, this would have been too wild, out of my dreams. And I see this inside Build Your First Million. When I'm talking to my clients, this is what everybody's fascinated by. You don't just come to me and learn from me how to make big money. It is more important how you make that big money with a boutique business module. This is why my clients are hooked. They're hooked because they want to see how they can build their own first million with only 67 clients a year, right? I have so many mothers that love being a mother, and they also desire big money, right? And how cool is that if you just have that flexibility to choose how much you want to work? And obviously, that is possible because I'm a genius at what I do. My clients are a genius at what you do. And when you are a genius at what you do and you bring results and clients receive very fast results in your world, right? This is for me a sign of being a genius. Not just that I receive fast results constantly, it is also my clients are receiving fast results all the time. So that means there is a framework we've developed that is not just working for me, it's working for all of us. And you're paying me for that. You're paying me the money not for the time we're spending together in the modules and the hours and the coaching calls, but for how I live my life in between the calls, how I am embodying this, how I'm growing every single day, every single time. And my invitation really today is for you, how much more can you allow yourself to be? I'm repeating my question. How much more can you allow yourself to be and not to do? Right? It's be you. Very early in my career, I claimed a slogan, which I love till today. I think we have to get it trademarked. Be you, be true, make millions. And every time when I'm connecting myself to what is my work about? Why am I here? What am I supposed to bring into the world? Those words come up to my mind. Be you, be true, make millions. And this elaborated so much freedom in my life. Like it is freaking unbelievable. If I just can be me right now, I'm wearing no makeup. I haven't even brushed my hair this morning. However, I had an impulse to record this episode. So here I am. I am fully being me. I'm sharing with you what's on my heart and soul. I am fully true. This is what I believe is the coolest part about life, about being a business owner, that we can earn unlimited. We can charge the price points we desire. There's always a buyer on the other end. Life is easy. Life is fun. Life is joyful. And I'm making millions with that. How freaking mind blowing is that? Afterwards, I'm going to my favorite gym classes because they all are in freaking Doha, Qatar. If you would have told me, Jeanine, all of your favorite gym studios you have experienced around the world, you're going to find in Doha, Qatar, I'm like, yeah, for sure now. And this is my life. I just get to do what I want to do. Right now, I'm in a season of health. I truly desire to bring my health to a next level. This season, for the very first time in my life, is not about losing weight or anything like that. It is really about becoming stronger, building more muscles. And I'm going to those weight classes and seeing every week how I can lift more, how I am becoming stronger. Right now, that just makes me so happy. And they are having classes in the morning, they're having classes at night, and whenever the class is, I just can go. I just can go. I can book the class. I can be there. I have the money. I have the time. I have the resources. And this is just so mind blowing. Sometimes I'm even working out now twice a day. And I love it. It makes me happy. And this is a kind of life I truly wish for you, that you just can be you. You can be true, whatever's on your heart and soul. You allow yourself to express it, to share it with the world, and you allow yourself to make millions with that. Because that's it. This is what I always have been doing. I like it easy. I like it simple. It just makes me happy. And I love to work. I love to be in service. And I love to be offline of my computer. That's why we have a private podcast in which I share all the strategies, how I run and build this business called Offline and Sold Out. Why are we having this? Because I love to be offline and still be sold out. I think this is the greatest. And sometimes I was in this hamster wheel where I just thought, man, have an online business means gotta be online, gotta be present all the time. And I've actually realized, no, I don't. If I don't have something important to say, I feel like I'm not coming up. I'm consistent in my own way. My consistency is not showing up every Monday and telling you a new podcast episode is coming out every Tuesday. I'm consistent in a way when I have something to say. I'm consistent in the way that if it makes me happy, I'm doing it. I'm no longer doing anything, forcing myself, pushing myself to do and accomplish something that isn't even important to me. And this has been the biggest lesson in the last 6 months for me. How can I just love myself more and accept myself more in the way I am? And I am not a traditional, consistent businesswoman. It drains me if I'm showing up, if I'm recording, also if I'm batching a gazillion episodes all the time. I'm just living on my own rhythm. And again, also something we do inside Build Your First Million is that you're working with Jeanine GPT. She's been built and trained by over 3,000 hours of coaching I've done as years. Plus, you upload your human design and your business, your birth chart, and you get fully personalized business support. And part of that is something genius I've built. Exactly what I talked to you about the rhythm. And that is really every Saturday now, you get a report that tells you, like, this is the energy and this is what you should be doing every single day with regards to your business. When should you sell? When should you be posting? And I've been living this rhythm now for over, I think, 6, 7 months, and my life changed. I just do what my natural rhythm tells me to do, and I still get as much done as before, actually more. And this is really mind blowing to me that I thought, wow, if I'm allow myself to follow my own rhythm, if you allow yourself to follow your own rhythm, then it would be worse, right? I would be getting done less instead of more. And this is really what I've learned. Like, hey, wow, has been a whole new belief, a whole new dimension that open up. I'm just here living my life, following my own rhythm, and I'm actually getting done more than ever before. Since I've been doing this now, I'm actually posting on Instagram almost every single day. And I'm like, wow, this was so difficult, so hard before, but it isn't any longer. And this is really the beauty when we are working with your birth chart, right? The component of be you, be true. Like, how do you know how to be yourself, to be true, if you don't know anything about you? Right? I always give this example that we have freaking user manuals for everything. We have a user manual for a car. We have a user manual for a washing machine, for a dishwasher. I don't know, for anything and everything, right? But there's no user manual for you. Nobody has given you a user manual for you. Who are you? What are your gifts? What are your talents? How can you serve the world? How are you supposed to serve the world? What's the easiest, the best, the funnest way? And these are really things we can see inside your birth chart. We can read so much about you, about your business, and also your pricing. You have a user manual, but just nobody most likely has given it to you or taught you how to read in that user manual about your business. And this is exactly one of the massive components that we are doing inside Build Your First Million, that you're doing with a unique program. That's just what I wanted to share. I love you. I see you next week. I know it's happening because I'm recording right now already the next episode for next week. Adios.